The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Relyn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and I'll be playing Jacqueline Duran of Clan Ventrue.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red, and I'll be playing Isabella Caputo of Clan Toreador.
Good evening, I am the Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Roscoe Acres, Clan Tremere.
I'm Brad, Timber Brad 411 in chat, and I'll be playing Nicholas Bowens of Clan Hikata.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
And when we were last with this coterie of kindred here, it was Jackie's charity night, which had a number of important people show up, including Kevin Jackson along with Sierra and Primogen Annabelle, Primogen Cedric, and an uninvited guest that rifled through somebody's mind. And the reason I bring that up, because this episode is actually going to open on a scene relating to that. Roscoe, where are you planning to meet Jackie?
We hadn't really specified. I probably might run by her office at the cabaret, I suppose.
That works.
And when you arrive at the cabaret, of course, busy night. It's busy a lot of nights. You actually, Etienne sees you as you come in. He nods at you, and as you approach him, Miss Duran's in her office.
Thanks, Etienne.
Want me to let her know you're here?
Yes, please.
Be right back. And he goes down to the office and knocks on the door.
Yes.
Jackie, Roscoe's here.
Thank you.
He comes back down. You can go down and see her.
Thank you. When I
Roscoe.
get there, I'll knock. Oh, hi, Jackie.
Come on
Hi,
in
Jackie. Thanks.
and have a seat.
All right, I do. How are you doing tonight, Jackie?
Good, good. Business has picked up a little bit after the event. So
Oh, good.
it's good.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
So we had a possibly a little business to transact.
Indeed.
Maybe we could make a trade?
Understand what I may give to you is the cornerstone of my clan.
I believe that goes both ways.
Oh, you're willing to offer up your blood sorcery?
I am.
It is a
It's okay.
deal. I will not exchange tonight. I will give you what I have. Don't quite have need for that, what you have, just yet. But I'll call
Okay.
upon it later.
It's yours when you need it.
Thank you. And she reaches out her wrist to him for him to take a sip.
And I take just a sip.
And as you take a taste of the blood, flows into you. And, it's kindred blood. It's not like mortal blood. It's a vibrancy that you're not used to having. Now, I'm going to say right now you have a 1-point blood bond. Mechanically, that doesn't matter. But for role-playing reasons, until that fades within the month, you're more inclined to listen to what she says. Maybe not act, but at least listen.
Now,
Well, he already does that. So.
I will tell you, focus on what you have just taken. Allow it to fortify your mind.
Okay.
It will be helpful, especially if you can take some time to focus on it over extended time to even improve that discipline.
I will. This is a totally new feeling.
Mm-hmm. It is
Thank you,
why I
Jackie.
am such a stubborn bitch and hard to read.
I should be so lucky to even come close.
So,
And for our mutual well-being, I plan to not mention this to anyone.
of course, and I will not. This is a discreet exchange. I will let you know when I have need of what you offer.
Just name the time and date.
I appreciate that, Roscoe. Is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
No, I think that was quite sufficient.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
And Roscoe departs, now getting access to a power he didn't have before. Hopefully that will help secure his mind after it was rifled through. Now, we actually have to flash over to Isabella. You're at your brew pub. Closing up, as a matter of fact. The night's over. But as you're closing up, a woman runs up to you and gives you a big hug. And while I don't have her image to share, unfortunately, because I haven't added it in yet, just to give you a description, she's got kind of reddish hair. It's more strawberry blonde, a little bit more red than blonde. Short woman. She's wearing a denim jacket, blue jeans. But you know her quite well. This is Honor. She gives you a big hug. Can't thank you enough for everything that went on.
Of course, Honor. I would do nothing less for you.
I can't believe he's going to quit hunting me, and I don't know, maybe live a little, do something.
How's your newfound freedom feel?
Don't know how to act yet. I'll be honest, it's new. It's unexpected. But Keisha's been showing me a lot of around the town and showing me the sights.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, she showed me her church, and she took me to the racetrack. There's no race, but we got to go. That was kind of cool. And she's been introducing me to some of the members of court around there. Well, not the court as much as friends of hers, she says.
Ah, see. Do you like it there? Are you happy?
I'm happy for now. I don't know what else to do. So it's kind of, when you have a weight on your shoulders for so long and then it suddenly lifted, you get this feeling of you don't know where to go or what to go do yet.
Well, I do have a possible option. How would you like to stay here in Chicago with me for a little bit?
Man, I'd love to hang out for a bit. Keisha figured I'd be, staying a little while. She said, just, when I'm ready, come back.
I have a few friends who I think you would love to meet.
Can I meet the ones who helped deal with the situation?
They've all helped with you. They're all very interested in meeting you and definitely wanted to help you.
It's good to know. It's tough, It's been a hard road for a while there. And Tessa's okay, so that's good. Where's Tessa staying?
So Tessa's kind of gone her own way at this point. Right now, she is staying with a fellow Tremere in the area.
I have to look her up too. Maybe we can do a girls' night.
We know all the best places.
That'd be great. Me, you, Tessa, we'll go out and we'll party on the town and have a good old time.
We can invite some of the girls who helped you get out of the situation as well.
That'd be great. I'd love to meet them. I'd love to thank them for everything they did, because he did go to Milwaukee and deal with that prick.
Yeah, I mean, if I have my way, he'll be gone soon, but soon is a vague term, however.
Yeah, that's true there. I can't believe Akawa helped out. That's what Keisha was telling me.
Him and Tessa seem to have found quite the bond.
She always was a sucker for anyone who was nice to her for a few days, and then, well, we saw how it worked out for her last time with Karna. That falling out was legendary. So
We all have to watch our toes with that, though. Especially when we have those previous experiences.
yeah,
Very easy to fall into same habits.
yeah, well, you can't teach somebody who doesn't want to learn. So she'll learn with that one. He's charming. I remember him. He's very charming, but he is a monster.
Charismatic. Those are the scary ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Keisha's been telling me all the good things going on here lately.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. It's been some interesting stuff around the town she's been saying going on.
Like what?
Well, I heard there was a big argument between Mal Davis. I don't know if you know Mal Davis, but a woman, Mal Davis, and apparently she got in an argument with Evelyn over in Gary.
Oh, interesting.
Keisha knows all the dirt on the Anarchs. It's kind of funny. She tells me it all the time. And those two were in an argument. She won't tell me why, but I got the impression that Mal Davis was there reading the riot act, stirring up trouble. We'll have to.
Keisha sure has her hands on a lot of things.
She does. She's busy a lot. Wonder if we can get a girls' night with Mal Davis too.
Maybe.
I've heard
We
enough.
could certainly try if you want.
Well, I've heard enough stories about her. I'd love to put a face with the name.
I'll see what we can do.
That'd be awesome.
Might be nice to just chat. Maybe we'll hear some good gossip.
Yeah. Keisha's got all that. She don't tell me a lot of it, but I get bits and pieces. She's always
Yeah?
meeting with people.
Do you listen in?
Not really.
Honor, you sly girl.
Okay. I might have listened in when she was meeting with Marcel, but just that time.
Just that time.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
have to tell me about the others, but I'm gonna think there's more.
well, that's the one I'll admit to. Yeah, he's getting upset at her again, and he just was getting all ranty and ravey about, her position and what she should be doing. It was, I mean, how could I not listen in? I could hear him through the wall.
Sounds juicy.
Oh, it's good. I think they have a difference of opinion about what Keisha should be doing with her free time.
Like what?
Something about she's supposed to be managing the church. I thought she runs that church pretty well. I mean, her father's church, she goes there all the time.
What does he say she's doing instead?
Meeting with anarchs, running around town, fomenting rebellion against Prince Decker.
Kind of hard not to do that against Decker.
Well, I wouldn't fault her for that one. That just sounds like a great plan to me. I know I like her for a reason. But show me around the place. I haven't been here before. I've got to see your place.
Of course. And she gives her the grand tour.
Okay. And
Offers to let her take anything she wants.
unfortunately, Honor's not one that is blessed with the ability to eat food.
I figured as much, but I thought I'd offer.
But she loves to see a new place because she only remembers what you had there in Milwaukee, not what you had here. She even says hi to Amelia as he's wandering the place, checking in.
I imagine he
and
kind of gives
securing
her a mischievous wink.
it. And we're going to close with you as you're setting and cleaning up the place and getting ready and showing Honor a place to stay at your haven. Though you've gotten some info that's curious.
Unexpected.
Always is, isn't it? And now the storyteller coughs. Now we've got to flash over actually to Phoenix, Jenny's restaurant. Because Jackie and Lamar are supposed to meet Jenny there to have a discussion.
Yep. I was gonna say, Evan's watching for him. When they come in, he'll just show him back. So
Sends her back to her office. Now, how do you keep your office? Is it a messy office? Is everything nice and neat and orderly?
it is organized enough.
So,
Controlled
She's made sure
chaos.
there's multiple chairs. It's not chaos. It's
Controlled chaos.
It's yes.
so Evan takes him back to your office, brings him in so that you can have your discussion.
Yeah. Jenny and Lamar, it's good to see you both.
Thank
Good
you
to see
for
y'all.
coming. So take a seat, please.
Of course.
This is interesting times. So the other night, well, it's been been a few nights. So the other night is, I met with Primogen Stewart and was laying the groundwork to start my hotel resort in the Loop.
Oh,
So
excellent.
in the Venture Domain, yes. So that comes with its own share of business things, but that isn't the juiciest part of it. She was kind of feeling me out, I think, to see what I knew about the South Side War. So, because she was asking me, "Do I know who they are?" And I said, as far as I knew, it was just a couple people with some grudges fighting in the sewers or something.
Yeah.
And so she let it slip that Capone is there, which we already knew, but I don't think she knows about old Prince Loden. So
Well, that's good she doesn't know, because I feel like that's something that would get spread around kind of quick.
Yes, and we want to prevent that getting spread around too quick.
yeah, so the thing is, with the Capone part, she said that the clan would be extremely grateful to me if I could provide information on Capone's whereabouts to her.
Oh, I just bet they would be grateful.
Yeah, but since this is a business sort of transaction sort of thing, I didn't want to just be like, shoot her down because.
Oh, no, of course not. It would be in your best interest if you are able to get information on his location or whereabouts that you relay that to her to get a massive freaking boon. That is just good business.
Since this has been Lamar's kind of operation, as it were, I didn't want to. That's why I wanted to make sure he got brought in. But I don't know. I wanted the think tank, as it were, to come up with a plan or a solution to this little weird thing, because I feel like she's testing me to see what my information network is like, or even what the Coteries information network is like.
Oh, certainly she is.
I mean, while I don't like handing out free wins to people, you could spin it at least to the point where you give her the information, she knows you're good for it, which means she becomes a repeat customer, and you can charge her. You can basically set your price with her whenever she wants something. I mean, won't be a well you can always go to, but having the Ventru Primogen on your, owing you favors, you can pretty much get anything you want out of the city at that point.
Exactly.
Well, I will say, I think part of it too is she's looking to solidify her hold on the South Side, because while it was phrased as one of her students had gotten caught up in the fighting, I think it kind of has that she wants to show that she's not just the Primogen who's going to sit on her throne, or her seat of power.
Or she wants South Side to be peaceful.
Exactly.
Under her watch.
I mean, I told her that I had some business ideas for the area, but I was holding off because of the war. So I think she's kind of in the same sort of situation, but it definitely is one of those. It behooves her to make sure that her schools are protected, of course, which is, I will say, it was a pretty swanky place, but that's neither here nor there. So.
Yes, that school churns out people that work in all sorts of important positions in this city. Lamar, I do not believe that she would actually be motivated to, run Southside, as it were. The impression I get from her is she wants to make her mark, that she can get Capone and eliminate the fucking problem.
That would be a feather in her cap.
Yes. So, while we do not know where exactly he is, you were at a restaurant that his people are at.
Yeah, I know where his people frequent. What was the name of that place? La Serenissima. I think that's the place they call it. But yeah, he's got some people in there who may be able to get him a message. I guess if you pass that along to her, let her know that.
Or she snatches one of his people and yanks it from his head.
Well, and there's another message you can send right there. But yeah, give her that piece of information. Let her know that you're good for finding out, when
Details.
She's got a question. And I bet she'd rather go to you than, say, Waneka.
Right.
Well, I appreciate that that little thing to get her enticed, as it were. So, see, I knew it was worth talking it out with you two, instead of just being like, well, there's nothing I can do, so I'll just forget about it. So
the sooner we get this resolved, the better. That way you both can have your interest grow there.
True.
And
And she's got
if it requires getting her involved, I don't know what her resources are, her assets, but I imagine they are significant. That may help escalate to the resolution of this. So
I've never known a venture who couldn't call on some muscle when necessary. So
exactly.
As long as the muscle's not too stupid.
okay, that's fair. That's fair. She say anything else worthwhile?
No, I don't think so. It was mostly just the business stuff. So I know the war is personal for her in that she wants to protect their students. So, which is admirable. But no, I don't know. It was fairly cut and dry. She was very to the point. I basically walked in. She was like, "Okay, so this is what you want? Okay, let's do this." I'm like, "All right, cool, let's do this." So
excellent.
Straight to business. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Is there anything you need from me? If you want food, if you want to whatever. I mean, we're here. It's on the house.
Is there anything else we need to discuss, Jenny?
Oh, sorry. I totally forgot. I was so busy. It wrapped up in my stuff about Capone stuff. If I go missing, it's probably because of a Malkavian Archon who operates in the Chicagoland area.
I'm going to need you to back up about 30 or 40 feet. Why would a Malkavian Archon want to hurt you?
No. I don't think they want to hurt me per se. I just, I came into the information that Mr. Powerbottom, sorry, Mr. Weatherbottom.
I love that nickname, though.
Never going to not be funny.
I have to watch myself in polite society because I accidentally say it and then I'm like, oh no, I don't hope. I came into the information that he is working for a Malkavian anarch who operates in the area.
Archon, you mean?
Sorry, Archon. Yes.
Did you get a name?
The Archon?
Yes.
Let me think. I believe it was a Dawn something, Nijuan, something like that. It was Dawn something.
Okay.
And the information was not too sure on what Bobby is doing with the Archon, but they asked me if I could find out what he's doing with the Archon, and so I have a meeting with Bobby tonight, which was before I found out about the Archon thing, since he had told me that curiosity kills the cat and sometimes the wolf too.
Oh, really?
And he's real lucky. He's real lucky because I was about to kill him and his wife.
Oh shit!
So,
see, that's when you leave her. That's when you leave her bloody body on the porch as a hey. Remember what you said, because
the funny thing is, Lamar, it's already half done. She's like bedridden on machines.
What?
Just yeah.
Wait. His wife. Wait. First off, he's married, and his wife is on life support.
Yeah. I distinctly remember asking him, "Why don't you fix her?" And he got pissed. And then I made it abundantly clear that he should have choose his words carefully with the look I gave him. So, yeah.
So he's a snitch, and his wife is like practically dead. This man's batting 1,000.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't go and like check her out, but she was. When I saw her through the window, she was on machines and stuff, laying in a bed. So.
You should, you know what? Next time, get her an extra pillow.
Yeah. I don't know. So, like I said.
Who the fuck knows that he has this wife?
So I spoke with Amelia about Mr. Featherbottom before I kind of just to get some feeling about him, because I'm new to the city and stuff. Apparently, he was bringing her to Elysia at one point.
What the ever-loving fuck?
Yeah. Amelia said she's a human. She's not like us. There's nothing special about her.
Wait, his wife is just straight.
That's a goddamn masquerade breach.
Masquerade breach.
You're preaching to the choir. I like I said, I probably need to check in on his wife again just to verify some things. But according to Amelia's information, she's human. And I mean, he says she's sick and bedridden. So
someone needs to do that man a favor and take care of that masquerade breach before he brings down, something real bad on all of us.
Well, what is it? I believe I said this. I said, in this city, anything that the Clan of Kings does it just gets to right on through, something to that effect.
That's some bullshit.
Well, the men at least, because like I said, apparently Mr. Weatherbottom was taking her to Elysia events and just carrying her around and stuff, and everyone in the city knew her or some shit. I don't know. It's weird. So,
excuse me, please, but thank you for that information. Not on my fucking watch. And Jackie exits.
Oh,
well,
I almost feel bad for him.
It's okay. Yeah.
I don't actually feel bad for him, but like if I was on my way to feeling bad for somebody and I was like gonna make the effort, I even still wouldn't fucking be him. Never mind.
Oh, no, Lamar, you would have loved it. The look in his eyes knew he was totally fucked. And so he wouldn't see me again without meeting me at Elysia, because he knows I won't kill him outright in Elysia. So
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall for that, because I might have just, given her that extra pillow right over the face and, just called it a night. Do the man a favor now before this goes on too long. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. Like I said, the whole thing is just weird. I look forward to talking to him though, because why not? I don't know. We'll see how everything goes. I'm sure, but the problem now I'm actually kind of worried that he's gonna be killed before I even get to see him, because Jackie's gonna intercept him and just be like, "You motherfucker."
Yeah, of all the people to have that information, Jackie was probably not the one to give it to, but also she was definitely the one to give it to. So,
hey. Sometimes you just kind of, you wind up the toy soldier. She's not a toy soldier, but you just wind the thing up and be like, oops.
Oh, look, if it's not the consequences of my own actions coming to bite me in the ass, that's going to be Bobby in about 30, 45 minutes.
As long as she leaves enough for me to talk to, that's all that I care about. So
you need anything from me? Are you good?
I'm good personally. I'm just like Jackie said, I'm waiting for the war on the South Side to simmer down. So do you need anything from me?
Right now we're good, but like I said, I wanted to go over something with you soon. I'm working on a business plan, and I need someone who knows business to look it over and tell me if I got it right.
I will gladly bring it to me whenever, wherever. Well, wherever. You know what is appropriate. But
I'll bring it here.
Okay. I look forward to talking it through with you.
All right, thank you.
You have a good evening, Mr. Cade.
You too.
Lamar, as you leave the place, you step out of the restaurant. And as you're going towards your car, you actually hear a voice. Hey, Lamar, how are you?
Now, if it isn't my favorite person.
Just pop it in. Anybody hiring?
Hiring in terms of?
I don't know, spy, muscle, whatever they need.
Oh, you know what? I think I do. What current employer letting you farm out?
The contract's over with me and him.
Oh,
We had a bit of a falling out. Let's say a disagreement in the proper utilization of resources.
did he not pay you what you were worth?
No, my brood is not cannon fodder.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with guys like him. Thinks everybody's expendable except him.
Exactly. So now that I'm no longer working for him, I'm just curious if you know anybody hiring.
You know what, let me talk to someone, and I can probably find you some work.
Good. I like that. No hard feelings about what went on before. It was a job. I'm sure you understand.
I get it. You work, got to do what the employer wants, but if the employer ain't treating you right, you got every right to walk.
Oh, the funny thing about being a hired gun is people seem to think that means you can just use and abuse us. That's not how you keep us.
Nope. I've been in that position before, and it sucked a lot, and had to get, people get in the way of your future. You got to deal with them.
Thanks, by the way, for the info about the Undercity part.
Hopefully, you didn't run into too much issue with that.
No, that's where the expendable part came in. We found them, but we weren't going to die to get them.
Did you actually lose anybody, or did you pull back before that happened?
We pulled back when we saw what was down there. We're not going any further.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll talk to you sometime. Once I have another employer. My current agreements with this employer that I just exited won't be in force. So I might be able to tell you some more you might find interesting. Call it a retaliation for the gall to think I'll throw away my brood like that.
He fucked around. He's gonna find out.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can reach you when I get some information, or should I just expect to hear from you in a couple of nights or something?
He actually pulls out a business card. It's to an answering service. Just call that, leave a message for Nick. Answering service will make sure I get it. It's the modern nights. We've got to have ways to contact when you're looking for jobs.
Absolutely. Thank you. I will use this.
You have a good one, Lamar. We still got to do a hunting night together, don't we? Night on the town.
We do. I like that idea. Let's get this craziness figured out, and then we'll set that up.
Definitely. And he actually comes in and he gives you a one-armed bro hug.
And Lamar will return the bro hug.
I see you around. And he turns and steps into an alley and disappears. And now we're going to flash over to the bookstore, Roscoe's bookstore. Nicholas, you're meeting Roscoe there because you have somewhere to go, don't you?
Indeed. So Nicholas will walk in and immediately look around. Is anyone else in?
There's nobody in the shop with him. You've come right around closing time for him. You don't keep the shop open all night. That would be the oddest thing in the city, an all-night bookstore. Sorry, an all-night occult bookstore.
Well, only the best books come out at night.
Oh, yeah. So Nicholas will walk over to Roscoe.
Hey, Nicholas. What brings you out this way?
I've been thinking about something you said at Jackie's or Jacqueline's gala.
Oh, yeah? Is it, do you want to know if I had any leads on finding an earth tone dress somewhere?
Funny you mentioned that. Do you have any plans for this evening?
Not specifically, no. I mean, I'm sure somebody has plans for me somehow. So,
Would you like to go with me? Let me rephrase this.
you're a nice guy, Nicholas. But I thought you were already.
Will you go with me to Resurrection?
That's an interesting place you'd want to go. Generally, it's a place we don't want to go. But if you're determined to go out that way, I'll go with you.
Strength in numbers, I suppose, though that may not matter regardless, but
And anything you're looking for in particular?
answers to questions I didn't ask.
Okay. Well, more knowledge is always a good thing. So let's go. Hang just a sec. Let me run to the back and shut some stuff up. And then we'll head out.
So what are you going to check out in the back? Michael's back there unpacking new boxes that had came in today.
I'm just going to tell him that Nicholas and I are heading out. We're going to go out and do some recon. And
no problem,
I go
Mr.
to
Akers.
No, not a real problem. Just some satisfying some of Nicholas's curiosity.
Let him know that the books he was asking for have come in.
Okay, will do. Awesome. Thank you.
And he goes back to inventorying and cataloging boxes that were picked up at auction.
Okay. Do I know their provenance? What auction they came from?
You got them from actually they were shipped in from an auction over in New York. They're just rare books. All of them are over 100 years old. There's one that you put in a proxy bid to get hold of them. Because old books over 100 years old, that's for your shop.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, and on the way back out to see Nicholas, I'll stop by my workbench and put on a bracelet.
Okay. So Nicholas, when Roscoe comes out, he's wearing a silver bracelet that you vaguely recall he wore that night you went out to Milwaukee, actually. First time you'd seen it.
Yeah, I don't know that Nicholas would even necessarily register the bracelet immediately. He's more preoccupied and still very much frazzled with Izzy being gone.
Okay.
And when I come out and see him, Nicholas, Michael just said that the books that you were looking for came in. Do you want to go have a look at them before we head out?
Oh, no, perhaps, but that's good to know. I can grab those before heading home this evening.
Okay.
So
shall we go?
Let's go.
Who's driving? I assume Roscoe, because I don't think Nicholas is still quite fully.
And I remember where it is, so.
Yeah. And Matthew, who drove you here's you've told him that you'll call him when you need him? Because Nicholas is really not focused to drive at the moment. So you head out to Resurrection Cemetery. Now, as always, I do need to get wits awareness, please.
Okay.
From both of us?
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to have Sense the Unseen going because I'm going to be looking for that specter.
Okay. So I will make a note of that.
Would concealed objects apply for this?
If somebody's stalking you or following you, yeah, I think I'd let you use concealed objects. Sure.
Oh, sweet.
Roscoe rolling an impressive 0. I see Roscoe's recent spat of amazing rolls has ended. Oh, wait a minute. He willpowered and got 1.
This is your bullshit from yesterday, Shanky.
I don't know what you're talking about. I deny any participation in that. Okay. So you begin driving out of town to the west to go to Resurrection Cemetery. I'll let if Roscoe wants to, you two need to have a conversation. Roscoe wants to describe anything or whatever. Are you planning to go in the same way you did last time? You went inside, which is the dirt road, the access road back entrance?
Right, because that's the way I remember us going. I don't know any other way in. So, and while we're driving over there, I'll tell Nicholas about my adventure with seeing the Spectre, and telling him I'm going to be, if he wants to, keep an eye out for him.
Refresh my memory on the Spectre. It's been a while.
He saw one, had red eyes, was very aggressively following him and commenting at him. I didn't do anything for you, but it did warn you were in danger, and it was enjoying the prospect of that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that register anything to Nicholas with what he knows about spirits?
The red eyes kind of, from what you know of from your clan lore, the red eyes, it's definitely not good. Those are the kinds you normally avoid speaking with because they either lie to you or try to hurt you.
I will keep an eye out. And then Nicholas will throw on, let me know when we're close. And then he'll throw on Oblivion Sight when they get closer.
You get out of the city a bit. Start to get into deserted roads. And as you're getting close, when you turn on Oblivion Sight, you do catch the barest glimpse of a woman in white hitchhiking on the side of the road. But she disappears before the car gets close, but you saw her spirit there.
This is after I've used the Oblivion Sight?
Yes, after you've used Oblivion Sight. She's not far from the cemetery.
Nicholas will look around and go, interesting. I believe that's Miss Mary.
Okay, you're likely to see a lot of things while we're out here. That's interesting.
Roscoe drives you past the main entrance. He swings around this deserted road to the back where there's an access road that looks like it's used for maintenance vehicles to get in and out. And he heads down that road before he comes to a fence. Not a high fence, it's a low wooden fence.
Okay.
This is probably the most comfortable Nicholas has looked since Izzy disappeared because it's a cemetery. But he's immediately got his sight up looking around. Is he getting any of that sense of dread that he got when he was by her?
Not yet.
It's on foot from here.
And you're catching glimpses of spirits drifting amongst the gravestones, Nicholas? There's a few. None of them seem to be paying you any mind. Some seem to be caught in a loop.
I'm really not paying much mind to them, other just sort of like taking mental inventory of them being there, not drawing any more attention to us than necessary.
So you head into the cemetery, and it's dimly lit. There are street lights, but they're very far apart in there. Actually, they're more like modern style gas lamps. They're not actually gas lamps. They're bulbs, but they look like gas lamps. It casts a lot of shadows, but little pools of light as you're heading in. And Roscoe, you remember the way you went before. You're heading towards one mausoleum in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're heading in it, you do attract somebody. There is a ghostly form following you.
How far? Oh,
well, you can't see him. I rolled your wits awareness or your wits auspex. You didn't get enough.
Okay.
But Oblivion Sight, he can see any ghost that doesn't try to hide themselves automatically. So he is being followed.
Is it by chance a spirit that I have seen before?
No. You can't tell from this distance. You can tell it's bipedal, and it's a spirit. But it's following you about 100 feet back.
I'll stop moving and see if it stops moving or if it keeps approaching.
It comes to within 50 feet, and from within 50 feet, you can see its eyes are red.
I believe your friend is here.
Where? I don't see him.
And
Nicholas
since
will...
you brought it up, I'll let you roll, Roscoe. You can roll your resolve aspects. So it's not an involuntary, it's a forced roll. I'll let you roll resolve aspects. We'll see how you get. That's much better. Much better. You got 6 successes with a crit. And when he says there's one following you, the form, you look with your third eye and you definitely see the thing standing there. And you do recognize it. It is the same one that was here last time.
Hello again.
Do you see me? I remember.
I do
you.
now.
Don't know him. Who is him?
He's a good friend of mine.
Is new.
You saw me. Interesting. You've come to die. Is that it?
Oh, hopefully not.
It
wasn't really on our plan tonight.
I've come to parlay.
Oh, not with me. Few things come out of here that go in at night. That's why I like it here. It's so fun.
This is an interesting cemetery. I must come back someday.
Please do. I'm sure I could have some friends waiting for you. Call ahead.
Ever the gracious host.
Oh, I am very gracious.
Well, we do appreciate you letting us know we were in danger last time.
And yet you walked away. I was so disappointed. It's not often your kind come to my side, but I've always wanted to catch one.
Perhaps one day we can make a game of it.
No, perhaps. She'll get one that I get hold of eventually. That's the hope. That's why I'm here.
Oh, we mustn't disappoint and make this wait of yours any longer than it needs to be, should we?
No, she's home. She knows you're coming. Don't worry. I'm sure she'll greet you.
I appreciate the warning.
And then he just kind of fades from your view.
Nicholas looks right over to Roscoe.
Roscoe,
which way from here?
You still see the barest outline of him. He's obviously hiding from the Oblivion site, but you got a critical success, so I will let you still see the vague outline. He's still there.
He's still where he was. He hasn't moved away.
Nicholas honestly doesn't care at this point.
Okay.
Which way to the lady's home?
And I'll point the way.
And as you get close to this mausoleum, it's a large crypt. You, unlike at the charity event, you start to feel uneasy 30 feet away from it. It's almost as if it's not being suppressed in some way like it was that night. And once you get within 20 feet of it, all the lights in the area go out. Doesn't go black, the lights die. The visitors. Approach the crypt. Come.
Can we both hear this?
Yeah. You can both hear
Okay.
it. I know.
Nicholas will move towards the crypt.
I know that mind. I felt that mind.
Yes, you had a peek into it.
Yes, you gave me useful information. It's funny. I knew you would come tonight. I didn't know why, but I saw it. You brought the clan of death with you.
He's a very nice guy.
You brought child, descendant, Roger de Camden. Interesting
am.
bloodline. Very interesting. What have you come to ask and talk to me about? You have disturbed my sanctity. I'll decide whether you leave or not, but we'll be pleasant first.
When last we spoke, you mentioned you had attempted to reach out, but were unable to find many, if any, of us in the city.
No, I only found the whelp. She does not serve my purpose.
You do know, myself excluded, there's another in the city.
No, I could not find him.
Interesting.
He is like a whisper in the wind, a scent, feeling. I know he's there. Do not know where. There once was many more of you. Where have you gone?
That is what I wanted to know if you could answer.
I could. What do you offer?
What can I offer? You are clearly more powerful, dangerous, and intelligent than either of us.
I walked this land before any of your ancestors came. I walked this land before it was spoiled, before it was ruined, when it was garden paradise, and I slept on the shores of the lake. Yet even in all that time, I find there's some things I can't do. There are things I need from the other side. I'm told your kind can facilitate.
Some of us can, that is correct. It is a advanced ability that I do not yet possess.
Can you bring things across?
That I do not know the answer to at this time.
That is what I wish. There is something the dead have that I wish to have.
I know it is long rumored that those of my heritage have been able to go to the other side and possibly take things with them. So reasonably, it may be possible.
It is very
What-
possible. I've met one of you long ago who could.
What is it the dead have that you require?
That's not important yet. What is important It's to know whether you can bring it. The one I met who could have done it. Sir Jonas is what he said his name was. He was unwilling to do it for me. And like so few in this world, I was unable to force him.
I may have a way.
Good. Then I will call upon you. Find out for sure. The deal has been struck. Do not back out when the time comes. Do you wish to know what happened? Why there's so few of you left? They're all dead.
Is the rumor true? Or was the young falsely blamed?
She did not do it. That whelp doesn't have the power to do it. They're dead. Something stalks them. Something stalks you as well.
Are we talking about the gentleman with the red eyes?
No. He is a nuisance that won't go away. But he doesn't plague me that much. He knows to give me a proper, respectful distance. No. What hunted your clan? Something else. Don't know what, I never looked that far into it. But I know when I came to find you all, you were gone. The spirit told me they were destroyed.
The spirit in the lake.
Yes. The master told me. For that bastard made him go quiet again. Now his voice is but a whisper, and his reach is diminished.
If there's one thing those of my line have come to learn is things always seem to happen in cycles. Life, death, and rebirth.
Yes, this is a cycle. I suspect the last time it went to sleep like this, it was the fault of the same one who did it this time. And she actually looks over at you, Roscoe. Well, she didn't look, but you can feel her gaze, even though you can't see her. It was your clan who woke him up for me.
Oh, you wanted him woken up.
Well, of course. Don't you want your god awake?
So, well, you obviously you picked up on my own question of who could possibly have quelled the spirit. So,
Don't know his name. I know who he fights. Fights that bitch in the succubus club. One of the few in the city.
Annabelle?
No. Do not play games. I know and you know.
Yes, I did.
She is one of the few in the city who rival me. So few do. I've been content to let her set for now. But a reckoning will come eventually. especially once I wake up the master again. Now I have to ask, do I let you leave? Well, if I don't, there's no chance for Nicholas there to get me what I want.
Indeed, I believe in order to fulfill the deal,
You must be allowed to live. Well, that's fine. You still haven't seen my face, and that's all that matters. Do not poke around my cemetery looking for me. Come here if you wish to speak, and I will speak from here. You do not want to see my face? The last one who saw me, because they were too nosy for their own good, I destroyed.
understood.
Khalid will never be seen in the city again. His ashes blew on the wind. Roscoe, you recognize the name for sure.
Mm-hmm. Right, I do. I'm not going to say anything, but I know who it is now.
Be gone.
I appreciate your time and your mercy. And Nicholas will actually just kind of like bow and just start like backing away from her or from
You
the
can
direction.
feel the presence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will come calling and give you time to find out what you need to know to get me an item from that side. I need it brought over. I will know when you found the info. I will be watching.
Understood.
And
Good
you
evening.
all head away. And after you get 30 feet away from the crypt again, the lights actually slowly build back up. It's not instant. They come on very dim and slowly brighten up.
And Nicholas will make sure not to say anything while they're in the cemetery until they're on their way
Okay.
back.
And you get back in Roscoe's truck. And the Spectre follows you, Roscoe, all the way back to your truck. And you could swear it waved at you as you left.
And I'll wave back.
And you drive off, and I will let you have your scene before we go to break as you're riding away from the place.
Well, isn't that some shit?
Indeed.
I think,
I
think
imagine some of that means more to you than it does to me.
it does, actually. It's something I need to relay that info to Jackie. I think
Well-
that's be very valuable to her.
While you're driving, and then Nicholas will pull out the sat phone and just start dialing her number.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Before I say anything, understand I know what I did was foolish.
All right.
My apologies. Roscoe and I just
Bring me into it. Great.
left Resurrection Cemetery.
All right.
And spoke with our friend from Gallo.
Well, you're now speaking to me, so I assume it went well.
Roscoe suggested that apparently Khalid was looking into her. And that is why he is now one with the earth again.
I'm going to point out as storyteller, that info for Jackie does let her realize somebody was impersonating him.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Did she say she destroyed him?
I imagine it's difficult for us to come back from ashes, so yes.
That is incredible information. Thank you, gentlemen.
And
Be
Nicholas,
safe returning.
Yeah, Nicholas will hang up
Mhm.
and look over at Roscoe.
Well, thanks for calling her.
She took that well.
Yeah, for now. we'll get scolded when we get back. Not without good reason, but it was very good to know. And you got to find out some stuff too. That was great.
Thank you for coming with me.
Of course.
Do you have anything else you talk about, or is Nicholas just mulling it over in the car ride?
Oh, he's like completely now in his head.
Okay. And so you all return back to Roscoe's bookshop. And I think right here is where we're going to go to break with an interesting first half. Roscoe got a sip of blood for a little bit of fortitude. Doesn't like people in his mind. Isabella met with honor. Jackie, Jenny, and Lamar. An interesting conversation that had Jackie pissed off and stormed out of there. Roscoe and Nicholas returned to Resurrection Cemetery and saw Resurrection Mary on the way in, which was nice. And we will see you in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break, everybody.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Is your blood Bathory? I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's that King Demon, Queen of Hell, Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within, to burrow within. Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Before the break, we had a busy coterie. I just summarized it before the break, so I'm not going to summarize it after the break. We'll wait till the end. But we're going to flash over now to Isabella and Lamar. Isabella was given the address to a townhouse that Braden is staying in. And he actually asked her to tell her friend Lamar that he's waiting there for the two of them. Now, I'm going to assume the best place to meet up with Isabella is, of course, her brew pub. And
Makes
I'm going
the
to
most sense.
turn it over with the two of you in the car riding over to the townhouse so you all can talk about it on the way. And I turn it over to Isabella and Lamar.
This guy isn't in the best state right now. I'm not quite sure what to expect. Easily be a trap.
Oh, easily. That's why I brought guns.
I should, of course, expect that from you. I don't know why I would doubt anything less.
I mean, things you can count on: death, taxes, and me having a gun somewhere.
I would ask for a spare, but I still have the one you gave me last time.
I was just if you needed a spare, I'd have one for you. But so I'm not gonna try to do the whole chivalrous stay behind me, ma'am thing, because I figure you've been taking care of yourself long enough. You know how to do that. You got that down. But let's if he tries anything, get as close to the door as you can. I fought enough Lasombra that I know where to hit, and if need be, you need to get out and tell everybody else what happened.
Oh, Mr. Cade, my hero. I'll be fine. I promise.
Cool. But otherwise, if he starts anything, aim for the head, and he shot first.
Yeah, I think that he might. I don't know why he thinks this, but he seems to think that I might be the one who is planning on killing him. So he might be more weary of me anyway. Based on this picture he said he saw. Right now, it's hoping to get information on that, but you may have the advantage on that front.
I mean, had you met him before any of this? I mean, it just seems weird that he would think you were out to kill him if you're at your pub or you're at the club. Just seems weird.
I mean, you've seen how he's been around me this whole time. He says that saw this picture of me with someone who's looking to kill him. Yeah. So he seems to think I'm in this. I also haven't seen that person before either. I know of them. We were involved in politics in Italy together, but not involved in the same circles, so to speak.
Right. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I think he was going a roundabout way of flirting with you or something.
It's depressing if he is.
Now that you put it that way, yeah, it really kind of is.
But I guess seems like we're prepared enough. Maybe we can get some answers.
Yeah, or maybe he'll at least stop being, creepy and coming around at unexpected times.
At the very least, we can always threaten him.
Yeah.
Maybe make him go away.
Let y'all finish.
I think we're done.
The townhouse is in Evanston, which is north of Chicago. It's in what's considered the north side. Technically, Toreador domain, but that doesn't stop people from having havens in it. And when you come to this row of townhouses, they're very nice. It's high end. Not a cheap place. But the address matches a townhouse. There's even an empty parking spot, one of the two that are designated for that townhouse. And when you pull up, you can see the lights are on in the place. Somebody must be home.
I want to do heightened senses.
Okay.
Have up.
What are you heightening?
If I can hear anything coming from the apartment.
It's hard to focus it. You heighten your senses, and with your supernatural ability, you hear dogs barking in the distance. Somebody's having an argument. Somebody's TV's way too loud. Nothing appears to be coming from that particular townhouse.
I don't hear anything.
I suppose it's too much. I suppose we're not lucky enough that he ashed himself, and this is just a big wasted trip for nothing.
I wouldn't be so sure with the way he was acting. It could have been a possibility.
Well, all right, let's go. Let's go and knock on the door.
As you go up to the townhouse door, and Lamar, I assume since you said it, you're knocking on it. When you knock on it, a voice says, "It's open. Come on in."
Lamar will quickly, he checks the door handle, gloves on. He checks the door handle, just make sure that there's no like tripwires or anything, and then he'll open the door.
You open the door and opens up into a little entryway with a living room beyond it. And sitting in a big plush chair, smoking a cigar, is Braden. The chair's obviously been moved to face the door so he can look right at the door.
Ain't you just Hugh fucking Hefner?
Wondered how long before you'd come. I was kind of disappointed at first. I thought you'd have been here sooner.
We had some things to take care of.
So if
Busy
you
people
come to kill me, at least come in and shut the door like civilized people.
What makes you think I'm civilized? I just want to find out why you have that impression of me.
You're Lysambra. Perfectionist like the rest of us. Perfectionist like her. No point in doing it messy unless there's a reason. And obviously, if I'm here waiting to die, we don't need messy, do we?
I like making messes.
I'm sure Mr. Sovereign would be very upset if you wrecked his townhouse killing me.
I'll just have to do it the old-fashioned clean way, won't I?
Let's not resort to threats quite yet.
He puffs on his cigar a minute. You can have a seat and at least tell me why she wants me dead.
All right. Because there's a lady present and she is a Toreador, and I happen to like and respect 2% of the Toreador I know. I'm going to go ahead and sit down and we're gonna figure this out.
Have a
And
seat.
Lamar goes to sit down.
Yeah, I knew you're here to kill me. I've seen her. Still remember her next to my sire. Picture the two of them.
Can you remember what your sire looks like yet?
No, I can't.
Doesn't seem odd to you?
Oh, it seems very odd. But I forget a lot of things, it seems. I forget how I know he's a Templar. But I know it.
So you're convinced that we are here to kill you, but you don't know why.
Well, I assume Amelia DiCarlo sent you. My sire. She's been trying to get me for a while now. Since I remember a picture of Isabella with her, who happens to be in a coterie with a Templar. It would be foolish of me not to presume you're here to kill me.
What other attacks has she done on you?
She stalks my dreams. Every day I sleep, I see her chasing me, stalking me. Wake up, terrified. She tries to find me.
I mean, that doesn't quite sound like a threat on your life from Kindred.
She did try to kill me. Why do you think I came to the U.S.? Why do you think I came to Chicago?
I'm waiting for that explanation. I asked what did she do to try to kill you? You haven't said yet. What is it?
She sent assassins to kill me one night.
What kind of assassins?
A Banu. Assamite at the time. I survived, so she'll have to find a new way. Because the rules state if the target defeats the assassin, they are forever off the table.
How do you know it was her?
They told me.
Who's they?
The Assamite. Before I killed them.
How long ago was this that you dusted the Assamite that tried to kill you?
20 years. Fled since then. Hid. Moving place to place. Then the dream started. I'm tired of the dreams. I'm tired of the nightmares. Tired of looking over my shoulder. So if you're here to kill me, please do it. It's become unbearable.
Said it before, if we're trying to kill you, we've done a terrible ass job. Think we just walk in the front door? Knock first?
If your victim's waiting for it, sure.
Look, all right. Look, man. This was interesting until about 2 minutes ago. If I want to kill you, no one is going to pay me to. They're not going to make me do it. I'm going to do it because I don't want you to be around anymore. I make those decisions for myself.
I assume you'd do it for the clan. I joined the tower before the rest of you did. I was here before the delegation came. Building contacts. Connections.
Isabella, you hear this shit?
I mean, this is why I wanted you to meet him so bad.
Okay, Braden, let's get a. You know you knew I was a Templar. Okay, let me give you some updated information about me, because I don't do shit for the clan anymore. The clan has fucked me one too many times with no preparation, no reach around. There is no one in the clan I am looking to do a favor for right now, except maybe you, because you are making us look bad right now. And I can't have that shit. I can no longer have you walking around here with this hang dog, come kill me now. I'm not going to fight back shit. Just know you are going to pick yourself up out whatever's going on. We can maybe figure out this Amelia business if she's even still around, because if you get a Banu assassin killed on a job, the rest of the clan takes it out of the person's hide who hired you. But I'm not here to kill you. I don't think Miss Caputo here is here to kill you. Like you said, we wouldn't come in and have a seat. But man, you are messing up the vibe I'm trying to set here. And between you and Sierra, I'm not having that shit anymore. So
I don't know why then I saw her face in a picture. Her.
Where did you see this picture again? A long time ago?
Italy.
Long time ago?
Yes, it would have been a while ago.
How long?
And did you memories start to get messed up before or after that?
I don't know when my memory started to have problems. I know I started journaling it when I was in Boston.
Do the journals have any indication on when this was, who you saw it from?
Bits and pieces. It's always bits and pieces. It's always fragments. It's always so hard to remember. Yeah, there we go. It's fragments and hard to remember. I don't know.
Do you have any of the journals here, Braden?
Well, I've always got my journal.
Look, this is probably a personal thing, and if it is, fine, but can we read a little bit of the journal, maybe see if we can help you piece together what's going on? Because I don't want to insult you any further than what's going on, but maybe it sounds like someone's messed with your head.
If you don't recognize that, then they're doing a kick-ass job. But you should probably recognize that.
I've thought of that.
And?
There was a night before this all started that I want to remember and can't, but I know it's important. I know I was meeting with somebody that was a rival of some kind of Amelia's. And afterwards, she wanted to kill me. And afterwards, I decided to join the Camarilla. First in Boston, now here.
Do you have any clue what this rival's name may have been?
She had so many. Sure, Temple Arcade understands the rivalries.
I do, but you're giving us you're giving us a book with every third page torn out, and look, Braden, like I said, it sounds like someone's messed with your head. Do you even remember what things were like with Amelia before she was trying to kill you? Were they good? Were they bad? Did y'all ever speak before that?
Spoke a lot. I was her protege. I was the rising star, apple in her eye. That was also a disappointment, and she hated me. And yet those two memories don't work together now, do they? So which one is true?
Good question. There's someone out there, whoever did this to you knows the answer. And if it was her, all right, yeah, you've got a problem, especially if she sent a Banu after you a while back.
Why is she in my fucking dreams? We're not even supposed to have fucking dreams. Didn't before
Told
that.
you that one.
I didn't before that. I slept the peace of the dead.
When people we give a damn about, when they screw us over, it sticks with us. And sometimes it sticks enough to where you can't let it go. I mean, think about it. Well, last time someone made you real mad and you couldn't do anything about it, did you let it go? Did you just go, it was water? Did you say it was water under the bridge and went on with your own life? Or you still think about it even now?
Here I was hoping I'd get an answer to what's wrong before you killed me, and now I'm left with more questions.
Because we don't have the answers. But how about we work on figuring that out? And then, since there's already blood hunt on Amelia, and she wasn't so friendly with my sire where I'm from, maybe we help you get information on how to kill her. Two birds, one stone. You get your memories back, and then you kill the person who's trying to kill you.
I'll come by and see you, Isabella. I will bring one of my journals. See if we can figure out why your face in particular I remember. That's the part that doesn't make sense of all of it.
You're telling me.
And then we can figure out how I knew he was the Templar.
Well, that wasn't exactly a secret, my man. I kind of kill people. That's what I do.
But I've never run with the Sabbat in this country. Did you operate out of Europe?
No, but my sire was European. Fucking hated him too. Look, we'll help you figure this out, only because I just have a thing about people who fuck with my clanmates, even when they kind of piss me off like you do. But we're gonna figure this out.
Do you have to ask though, Brayden? Are you only here to set up your new club because of this fear that we're meant to kill you?
I came here when I heard La Sombra were sending a delegation. I'd worked hard to be accepted in the tower. It's not easy before that for one of our kind to do it. It's been done. There's been a number of them. I worked hard for it. And then I hear there's a delegation. And if Chicago, Pride of the Camarilla, is going to be opened arms, the clan of Night, it's a good idea to get in on the ground floor when that happens now, isn't it? Or in my case, to get here before the delegation. To make sure I've got my own advantages set up like this with Mr. Sovereign. At least that's what I tell myself.
So we'll find out once we figure out your memories.
That's the thing. It strikes me as odd that I'd want to join the Camarilla in the first place. Inter-clan politics and killing each other is nothing new. It's been going on a long time. I've begun to even question why I joined in the first place.
Hey, Braden, you ever meet Tally?
The Hound. I met him once. He did security for Amelia, briefly.
I mean, you two ever talk much, or was it just in passing?
He was business. Roughed me up once, because apparently Amelia had forgotten to tell him that I was allowed to see her. Odd that I remember that memory, don't it?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, if you want to get in touch with me, talk to Isabella. She'll keep me in the loop.
I'll be by when I get a chance, Isabella. And I am
Looking
sorry
forward
if
to
I
it.
assumed wrong and wasted your time.
I mean, there's clearly information here that is beneficial to everyone. Not a waste of time, just a roundabout way.
Yeah. And he actually puts out the cigar. And he stands up and walks past you and walks out the front door and actually looks back. Just close the door as you leave. And leaves the place.
Isabella just kind of looks at Lamar. It's like, what?
Did we just get ghosted? And, like,
What's like proper etiquette here? Like, can we stay for a little bit, look around, or are we expected to go?
you know what? This is Cyrus' place. Let's see if he's got anything worth anything here.
I will let you roll to check that. What's a good one to appraise shit? Intelligence? Oh, even wits. I don't know. Finance?
Or streetwise,
Or streetwise? Yeah, you can go streetwise. That's a good one too.
to know if shit will sell hot.
Yeah. Or street unwise, depending on how you want to look at it for Robin Sovereign's townhouse, but you can look and see. 2 successes for Lamar. Is Isabella getting in on this, checking the loot?
Isabella's not going to try and rob him, no. Isabella wants to see if there's anything that, like, Brayden would have left out that had, like, given clues. I don't imagine he would, but, like...
The only thing, Isabella, you do look at around, you find he's got a bit. You find in a drawer the plans for the new nightclub. He's got the floor plans with it laid out the way they're planning to do it. And a couple invoices for Ballard Industries to do the construction for it, to do the internal gutting and hauling in the big stuff. Lamar, you got 4 successes. There's a number of antiques and valuables in this place. Even a painting that you figure easily 10 G's. If it's original, but assuming it's Alan Sovereign, probably is.
Isabella's going to take pictures on her sat phone of the document she found.
Okay. Lamar's debating.
Looking around. Is there any good brandy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lamar's gonna take the decanter of brandy.
Nice 100-year-old scotch.
Lamar will take that.
Okay. Grab you a bottle of 100-year-old scotch.
You can drink
nice
that.
Glingooly bottle, as a matter of fact, I believe.
Hell no. But I mean, drag me all the way out here to kill somebody, and I got this shit.
I mean, at that point, or like Isabella's like, okay, well, like you have to share then, because I can drink it.
You know what? You can have it, and we'll just say we shared it. But I'm beginning to understand why Jackie gets so mad when Ventru do dumb shit.
So, Isabella and Lamar leave the place. Do you need the scene to talk about what just happened, or you want to save that for later?
I think we can save it.
Okay. We're going to pop over now. Nicholas, there's something you felt you needed to do tonight.
Yeah, it's probably about time to reach out to the sire.
Okay. So once again, through the established contact method, you reach out to the spirits. And it's not long before one is in front of you. This one seems to be a boy, maybe 10 or 11 years old. I've come for the master.
Thank you for your service.
He asks, what is it you wish?
I have updates on the young lady I was tasked to find about.
He says, what have you found?
It seems her sire came back for her. And Alessandro Giovanni.
He says he knows that name. He's an old one.
It seems he is taking an interest in her once again. Warned me to stay away.
He asked, did he say why?
My understanding is that he kept saying it was in my best interest and suggested that she might have something to do with the family leaving, but I have other information to suggest that is not the case.
He says it's funny they use in your best interest. He was told the same thing when he asked about the others in the city, that he should not ask because that's in his best interest.
I've been told that the family was hunted. I know not by what.
That is news to him. But he says the family has many enemies. That's
some
nothing
from
new.
within. Could this be the ones from the other side?
He is not sure. But you've given him something to look into.
I have a couple of questions for him if he has the time.
He said, ask, the link is not broken yet.
I asked him to look into a woman for a coterie mate, a sire from the old country.
He said she is dead. He said she interfered in family business and paid the price.
Understood. My only other question, if someone were to require something from the other side, is it possible to bring it over?
He says, yes. And he's instructed me to answer that as well. Things can be brought across from our side to yours. There are a few of our kind who can do it. Most things don't last long. But there is a bad habit of your kind, stashing things here that they shouldn't. Those objects tend to not break apart when they're brought back.
Understood. Is there anything he would ask of me to do?
He is curious why you wanted to know for your coterie mate about Vivian.
My understanding is communication was severed, and it seems natural for a child to want to know the whereabouts of their sire. Not all are as fortunate as I am.
He said the decision was made by his sire, as was the price.
Understood.
And then the young boy breaks the stick. The link is broken. But I have other tasks now I must do. I must go and look.
Thank you again for your service.
I serve, and I will continue to serve. And the kid fades from view. And now we're flashing over to Jackie, who's been asked by Dawn to actually meet her partway between Milwaukee and Chicago, in the back room of a diner of all places. Now, when you arrive, it's the oddest damn thing. You're led into the back room of the diner. When you come in the room, there are charts written in symbols you can't read. It's almost like a sort of code all over the wall. She's got stacks of papers everywhere. It's obvious she uses this quite a bit.
Yeah, this is her headquarters.
Good evening,
Good evening, Archon.
Mr. Rond.
Yes.
You said you had something important.
Well, one, I wanted to follow up to see if there's been any word from Justica Pa on the request I sent her.
She went missing. Presumed dead. The last communications from her was she was dealing with the family reunion.
Understood. Thank you. Yes, some updates for you. Nero is no longer a husk of a kindred. He has revitalized and has been barely more than a rabid dog.
You mentioned that before. Has he changed any from that point, or is he still...
I believe his handler now has him bound to him. I have, set up arrangements to get closer to his handler to get more information.
His handler, you say?
Yes,
Yeah, that would be Kathy.
yes,
Perfect.
yes. I will get as much as information as I can out of her. Is Bobby Weatherbottom one of your informants?
Oh, here we go. You're going to have to roll on that one. Let me pull up her sheet real quick. You are going to roll for that one. I assume you're going with which insight? Or is there another roll you suggest you want to roll?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I'm going to search for it.
Okay.
That's 6. Straight 6.
You got 6, huh? I may know of him. I may have worked with him. Why do you ask?
Because he's not very good at it.
I disagree. He's very good at the task he was given.
Really?
Oh, yes.
And meanwhile, he's basically a walking masquerade breach.
Oh, yes, that's the leverage I use. Don't be so shocked.
Do I look shocked?
Exactly. We use the leverage we have available. We use the tools we have available.
Is he spying on Kevin?
No, I don't need him for that. I have that covered. He is doing something else for me. Now, if you'd like to try to roll, manipulation, persuasion, you can use that one
I am.
to see if you can
I will
convince her to
surge
give
for
up
that
more.
too.
Okay. See if you can get her to come up with more.
Yeah.
She's going to roll. She's going to roll against you the same thing to try to convince you to drop it.
Come on, willpower. Come through for me. That
Oh,
is
you got a
4
crit.
5 with a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then who is he spying on for you?
Nobody in the court. He's a useful tool to give me information. Information that can be hard to find. What's it worth to you? I know you're an agent of PAR, but you're digging into my own particular investigation, so what's it worth to you?
I have other information that you will find very valuable.
No. If it's related to the Justicar, you'll give it anyway.
It's not something you desire.
Have you ever heard the name Duncan McTavish?
I have heard of it. He's a sergeant.
Yes. A ghost.
I've seen him.
Thorn in your side. You've seen him and lived,
Yes.
or not been shot.
Yes. Twice now.
He did something he shouldn't.
Mm.
Shot an Archon.
I heard about that.
For that, the best thing to do is eliminate him. We must set the example. To do it, we have to find out
His vulnerabilities.
and where to get him.
Yes. I understand. So you have Bobby placed as an anarch.
Of course.
He needs to work a little bit on his composure because he was very suspicious one evening when he was rushing off to tell the anarchs about the Primogen Council changes.
He told me about that.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't rushing to see them.
He was rushing to see you. Either way, he was very suspicious.
It's one of those cases of this. He's found out.
He's expendable.
Exactly.
I understand.
He's young, not really connected, not really useful otherwise. If the tool gets broken, I will find another, and another, and another, until we can set the proper example. I've figured that into my calculations.
One other question, and then I'll give you the information I have. Who else is he associating with Duncan?
Joseph Kerr.
Thank you for that. I have it on good authority that multiple people are interested in having Decca removed, one of which is Annabelle herself. She obviously has someone she wishes to put in position.
I only had a 8% chance of that.
I also have reason to suspect that anarchs from Indianapolis are trying to move in on Milwaukee as well.
That I hide. That was at a good 82.
Keisha Phelps
Yes.
is a threat.
She has done nothing yet to cause me to take action. She has not broken any of the rules, any of the traditions. She has not put any of the archons in jeopardy. While she is questionable morals. If I acted on everyone of questionable morals, I would have to eliminate most of the city.
I'm just advising you she's a threat. She has her fangs into too many people.
Yes, I've tried to find a way to subvert her myself. I've not found any leverage yet.
I'm working on it.
She would be very useful if I could get the proper threat.
Perhaps her father, she seems to be very fond of him.
No. He is a priest. One, at my understanding, our kind have trouble being near. She's not affected by it, oddly enough.
Interesting.
Yes. That one doesn't figure in my calculations because it's a non-matter.
And both of Decca's judges are basically against him.
Well, yes.
And even the de facto leader of his Anubis.
Sakawa, I figured there was a 73% chance that his defection was fake. And of course, I've already known the cult of Mithras operates out of Arjun Shaw's place. I'm sure you are also aware the cult of Mithras
I am.
operates out of there.
I am.
That's been calculated as well.
Of course it has. I would not expect anything less from you, Archon.
It's not my position to judge what you believe. It's a known factor and one I can calculate.
Of course.
The Annabelle part. And then we'll have to reach out to some of my other agents to see who I can think she may put in this place.
That would be good information, if you wouldn't mind sharing.
If I find out, I will give you a probability breakdown.
Excellent. I appreciate that, Don.
It may take me a month to refigure that one.
I will provide an update once I get in a bit closer with Kathy on Nero.
Perfect. I am still unsure what his purpose is. I don't like something I can't calculate. Throws my entire equation off. I hate that. Variable.
I have a feeling it is tied to the Succubus Club.
Could be. But I'm not a positive. They've given you a lot this time and didn't get a lot in return. I
What
may
else
have
would you like?
a job for you in a few days. We shall
Excellent.
see.
Excellent. I will be at your disposal.
I have to check with someone. I am curious about him, and I may need you to test something for me.
I'm happy to oblige.
Perfect. Well,
Thank
if
you.
there's nothing else, and she starts going under the wall and she starts writing
Mhm.
symbols on the wall,
Have a pleasant evening, Archon.
and apparently she's gone deep into data mode at this
Mhm.
point. Jackie heads out. Now we actually have to flash over to Roscoe. Roscoe, you have something you need to do tonight. Pull this up. You're going to run a ritual, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
It's communicate with your kindred sire. Now, the first thing you've got to roll is, of course, intelligence, blood, sorcery, so that you can kick this off. Wow, 7 successes. That is not a problem. It definitely works. And it takes you, the first thing you do is you take a ring that she had given you long ago. You put it in a silver bowl full of clear water. And after you drop the ring in the bowl, you let your blood drip into the bowl and concentrate. And after about 30 minutes, you hear her voice. Hey, Roscoe. I'm still in
Hello.
DC.
Yeah, about that. I'm just going to say, I'm sure you haven't seen Sam yet, have you?
No, I thought he was supposed to be here by now. It's been long enough.
He should have been, but we found evidence that he didn't make it. He was waylaid on the roads.
Wait, how was he waylaid on the roads?
Well, we don't know for certain. We found his car completely abandoned and wiped.
Still need me to come to the city?
Think things are not going well. Yes, we do.
Yes, I've heard odd things about the city. It seems Victor relocated from Milwaukee to Chicago.
The liquidator, Victor.
Yes,
Yes, he gave me a visit. Looking for Sun Chi.
yes, I've met him before. He is a problem. He's
Yes.
troublesome.
He's very troublesome, but very civil, I guess, when complete violence isn't necessary.
He is definitely loyal to the clan as a whole and to what we are. Help him out.
I hesitated, but I gave him the answer that he was looking for anyway, by not answering.
I know you're worried about Sun Chi, but I've spoken with some other pontifex, and they agree. The clan's decision, she needs to be purged. I know she's your friend, and it's unfortunate.
She is my friend, and she's also not an infernalist, as Abraham is alleging. She is not possessed by a demon.
We actually know this.
Oh.
I can't go into all the details, but it's not why she's been marked. I'm still going to come to the city because what you've told me about Abraham's running of things is problematic, and I've actually been told by the pontifex in charge of that area to check in on him.
Good idea. And this obviously changes things considerably from my point of view.
I know you didn't want to hear that.
It didn't, but
the pyramid is what kept us safe for all these years.
Yes.
The pyramid is what gives us our security, what keeps
Yes,
us
it
whole
does.
and united.
Yes, it does.
And I wish it didn't have to be so.
No.
But
You're saying so is sufficient.
we have to do what we have to do. This is not a decision I would have made. It's not one I agree with. But it came from above me. What's left of the circle made the decision.
I understand. I don't agree with it, but I do understand.
Good. I knew you would do what was right. You've always been a good child. Always been true. And I will be in the city soon. I'm going to make my own arrangements.
I look forward to seeing you when you're here.
I'll make sure to let you know when I leave.
Sounds very good.
And then the link goes dead, Roscoe. I don't know. Don't feel the need to contact anybody yet, does he?
No.
Nope. Well, then we have one other scene left. Jenny, you have somebody to meet in Elysia.
Indeed. Genevieve will go to the specified Elysia at the specified day and find Mr. Weatherbottom.
And when you get to Elysia, it's actually this night. It's at the ballet, of all places. And when you come in, Bobby sees you. And he just points at a balcony, private viewing booth, and heads up that way.
Genevieve will head up there as well then, so that's not to keep him waiting.
He's a lot more controlled than he was. Than last time when you caught him off guard. But I will let you roll Wits Insight if you wish.
Can I roll my need specialty or
needs? I'm looking at all your specialties, whether any of them will apply.
I just have the one for insight for need. That's why I was curious if I could use it. So
no, not for needs on this one.
It's fine. I'm gonna reroll that.
You've got 3 so far. I have 5. He's doing a lot better at being composed, but by his posture, his hands, and you can even almost catch the whiff of the fear on him. Just sit down. I've only got a little bit before I have to meet with Prince Jackson.
Oh, of course, Mr. Weatherbottom. I don't wish to take up your evening or too much of your evening.
Look, I know what you saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you think. I would appreciate it if you don't go around blabbing that to everybody.
I mean, I can probably accommodate that much, but I guess I have to. The question still remains: why, Mr. Weatherbottom? Why is she like that? Why don't you fix her? Or have you fixed? Or is there some other angle here that I'm not seeing? Like,
I love her. I don't like hurting her.
okay,
It's enough reason.
you're not. Mr. Weatherbottom, you're not hurting her if you give her, if you make her, not, I'm not saying make her like us. I'm saying if you make her into one of your ghouls, for example, you're helping her. She won't get sick. She's not going to die. She gets less frail, maybe. In your case, maybe not that one, but you never know.
I could never put her under the bond.
Okay.
It's not love. Won't even be her at that point. If I don't bond her, what do I do with her? She'll notice she's not growing old. She'll notice I'm drinking from her.
Oh.
So how do I solve this problem?
There's the $10 million fucking answer.
Exactly. Now you see why I want you to keep this quiet.
What's your fucking law? Oh, okay. So she dies of old age, and you're. What little I know about the Ventru, Mr. Weatherbottom, she dies of old age. You're fucked. So what then? You gonna come crying to me, Genevieve? I should have done it. What you said.
I'm gonna burn that bridge when I come to it. Jesus Christ, I haven't figured out how to deal with this yet.
Yeah, obviously. Because you aren't a fucking thinker. You don't, you just,
It was easy.
It
was easy when all I dealt with was computers. And all I had to worry about was a keyboard, not people, not.
Mr. Weatherbottom, what is it that you are seeking to gain here?
I want to be free just to spend my time with her.
What's preventing you from doing that then?
Obligations.
Yes, to the Archon.
And he looks at you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't. But don't think I'm so fucking stupid. I am connected, Mr. Weatherbottom. I can find out things too, and I don't have to break into a bank account for $69 fucking to do it. So
I don't know how you found that out yet.
well, if I hadn't found it out one way, I would have found it out another way. So let's leave it at that for right now. Though I guess what is it? You're scared of people finding out about Miss Weatherbottom and your living situation currently at present, though you weren't in the past, which is weird that it changed now. That's besides the point. What is it that you're doing for this Archon?
Not allowed to tell you that one.
You're not?
No.
Shucks, I thought it'd be really fucking easy.
She's told me not to. And if
Of
you think
course
you're
she
safe because you're in Elysia,
Oh,
not with her. You don't know what she's like.
oh, Mr. Weatherbottom.
She's
You think
a
I think
fucking
I'm safe?
computer. That's all I've dealt with my whole life. She's a computer.
Okay. But just to pump the brakes for a second. You think I have illusions of safety? Genevieve leans in really close and she's like, I think you have illusions of safety here.
Look, I'm fucked no matter what I do.
I know you are. And you know what? Instead of being under the thumb of an anarch, why not be under the thumb of a gangrel who likes to make fucking money
I'm not under the thumb
and
of
doesn't fuck
anarchs.
over the people who work with her?
I'm not under the thumb of an anarch.
I mean, sorry, Archon. Sorry, Archon, not anarch.
Eventually, I'll solve the problem she sent me to solve, and then she'll leave me the fuck alone. I didn't even want to be what I am, okay?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you want it to end, just let me know. We'll take a short trip out of town.
And then
Do the
what
loop.
will happen to her? See, there's the thing.
What? Well, she's apparently dying, so she'll pass
she's
on.
not
You'll
dying.
pass on.
She's not dying. She's just sleeping.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll take care of her.
And the fear kind of washes off them all of a sudden. Stay away from her.
Oh, that wasn't a threat. I was just, helping out a comrade. So
Well,
because if it was a threat, I would have said something like, I'm going to visit the house and burn it to the ground tonight.
what it would take for you to keep your mouth shut about what you know. Simple.
You're going to owe me one. Boons. Everyone talks about boons, and I'm not used to pulling those in because where I come from, cash is fucking king. But with you, Mr. Weatherbottom, I want a fucking boon. And you know what? I want it to be a life boon, I think, at this point. Because otherwise, I know how to get you, and I can end this whole fucking thing tonight.
I thought Loden was a fucking monster. Jesus Christ.
Oh, honey. I am a whole different breed from that fucking failure.
Deal.
Shake on it. Genevieve like to extend her hand towards Mr. Weatherbottom.
He sticks his hand out and shakes.
All right.
Now, if you excuse me, I've got to go meet with Prince Jackson.
Okay. Have a good evening, Mr. Weatherbottom. And don't worry, I promise I will not do anything to your wife. She is, after all, the leverage here, so.
I hate you.
I know you do. But I hate you too.
And he turns and walks out of the room. Does Jenny enjoy the ballet the rest of the night before heading out?
Yeah. I think Genevieve is going to sit back and just watch the show, and she's going to make like a donation to the ballet company once it's done. So.
Okay. And as Jenny watches the ballet, Jackie had met with Dawn. Isabella and Lamar went out and met with Braden. Nicholas got some info from his sire. I'm not sure he's going to want to share. I don't know if he's going to want to share that or not about Vivian. And Roscoe, you're in a difficult moral quandary, aren't you? Because your sire is a loyalist to the pyramid through and through, and will do whatever the pyramid is in the best interest of it. I'd like to thank the players and the viewers for coming to this episode 5, that did not have a club scene. This week, the viewer vote goes to everybody. There was enough votes about the way everyone managed what amounted to one hell of a giant Elysia scene. So everybody gets the viewer vote, of course. Pop over to our Discord, pop over to Chi-Town Chat. You can talk about the episode, and you can even see when the players vote on each other. The player vote, it's called. Sorry, not viewer vote, player vote. You can watch the players who they vote for and why they vote. So it's not just that. We do Zoom chats. We do Hangouts. We do a lot of cool things on Discord. Join us there. Trust me.
And please give us your commentary and opinions on the episode. We love hearing it in Chi-Town chat.
Yep. And of course, if you like what we're doing here on Twitch, you can give us a follow here on Twitch. You can give us a subscribe. If you want to give something to the players, bits and donations, they go to the players, not to the studio. That's a way for the viewers to show thanks to the players. If you want to do something for the studio other than subscribe on Twitch, you can pop over to our KoFi. That money goes towards the studio to make things better, to bring higher quality content. So it's a nice thing to do. You want to catch our back episodes? YouTube, got all the back episodes. You can get them all caught up that way. You want to see our friends? These are other content creators that we support. Our friends list here. One of them, right down there below us. I was watching her the other night play Dead by Daylight with, matter of fact, I got to watch her play with Ivy Raven there and Unconscious Celestial, who happened to be his Roscoe's sire. And yeah, that was an interesting one to watch. And you can pop over to Radnos Archon. He's just saw him in Mage. You'll see him in Werewolf. Verlin will be covering that in a minute. Get your merchandise. Get your Windy City merch, your studio merch. We've got all kinds of good merch. I'm trying to make sure. I think this time I've said everything and I can turn it over to my wife. Wow.
Yes, you can. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for episode 5 of season 6 of Windy City After Dark. Crazy stuff, y'all. Poor Bobby. Poor Bobby. He is so fucked. Well, coming up over the next week, on Tuesday, we actually have our premiere of Werewolf got delayed by 1 week due to some player emergencies, but now we're going to have the whole group together. So we are going to be premiering season 2 of Werewolf, run by Ravinia. Yep, with Brad here with me and a great crew. Ravnos Archon, Maddox, Drop Stitch Witch, and Nikki running it. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So join us at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday for that. And then on the 16th, we actually have no streams. That is one that we're taking a break. And then on the 17th, which is Easter, at 5 p.m. Eastern, we will be streaming episode 6 of season 6 of Windy City After Dark.
Yep. It'd be the Easter Sunday episode. Trust me, we're still alive every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. You can count on vampire content. So I'm not getting out of that one. And as always, when we end this, please, everybody, take your mental health seriously. Check in on family, friends, loved ones. I don't care if you don't even really like them much. Just check in on them, especially if you haven't heard from them for a while, and make sure they're okay, because a lot of people aren't. And they just need somebody to reach out to help them. And if you do suffer from mental health issues, like many of us do, first off, it's okay to not be okay. Nothing wrong with not being okay. I'm not okay, and a lot of other people aren't okay. So there's nothing wrong with that. But take care of yourself, because mental health is health. And if you can't reach out to those around you, because a lot of us don't feel we can, right now in chat, there's numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can get somebody to talk to you, to be a lifeline, to be a voice that you need. And if you're not in America, of course, we've got a link there that you can put in for your country so that you can get the help you need in your country. There's 142 countries listed in there, because mental health is a worldwide thing. It's not just, for the Americas. So please take that seriously and get the help you need.
Yep.
And I can turn it over to my wife for her part.
Over 140 countries are available on that website, Find a Helpline. So please, if you need assistance, click on that link and find the support that you need. I, Mama McStabber, am a registered nurse. Nicest mean nurse you'll ever meet. Timber Brad down here, meanest nice nurse you'll ever meet. We're going to tell you, go get shot. Get your shots. Legit. I get updates every week on the state of the pandemic, every week. And honestly, the vast majority of people getting infected and reinfected within 90 days of their first infection are people that have either not been vaccinated or have not completed their vaccination series. Please, 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 please go get your COVID shots. Said with love.
Mm-hmm. And as always here lately, fuck Putin. Fuck that bastard. Don't take it out on the Russian people. They're not the cause of this. Feel free to take it out on their soldiers, because I'm following orders don't count. Just letting you know that as a former soldier, that is not an excuse. But please, don't take it out on the Russian people and those not responsible for this. And from the cast of this amazing show, we're at the halfway point, everybody. 5 more episodes left this season. I do thank you all for coming, and good night.